If you want to support me more and go the extra mile, you can use code RestAssured in the Epic Games Store, and some of the profits that come from that purchase will actually come back to me and help me create better content for you guys. I truly appreciate it. All right, what's going on, guys? It's Rest, and if you don't know, today is the day that marks the official 2-year anniversary of the Borderlands 3 launch, and in this video, I kind of just want to talk about that and how everything has changed in the game, how things have changed for me, and just kind of give a recap of everything, plus talk about some additional info that's actually going on in the game right now. So to start off with that, if you don't know, there actually are 2 new lava events that are going on for like a couple days, and by a couple days I literally mean like 48 hours. There's one where you're going to get increased spawn rates for all like the unique enemies, and on top of that, they've also added the Becca and the earworm to the legendary loot pool. I assume this just means forever and not just for the event that's going on, but as right now, all the other like loot variant enemies have a higher chance to spawn, and also you can get free weapons from the Maurice's vending machine for 2 days. I'm not 100% sure how many it is, but you can absolutely go get some free weapons from him. Now, on top of that, there also are 2 shift codes, one for some skins, which I'll put up on the screen, and one also for a diamond key. You can go in and grab those. If you haven't gotten a diamond key yet, this is definitely a great way for you to be able to finally open that vault down there below Sanctuary. Now that all that info is out there, I want to talk about, you know, again, where Borderlands 3 started and where it is right now. Obviously, 2 years ago when it came out, the hype was amazing. Everybody was super excited for it. There were so many content creators going out and being flown out to actually test the game, play the game early. I mean, you had people from the Destiny community, obviously people from the Borderlands community, people you wouldn't even think that would be invited to go to a Borderlands event was there because it was this much hype built around this game. Once at the time, I wasn't really making videos, and Borderlands 3 is actually what made me start making videos. So hopefully if something ever like that happens again, even if it's something with Wonderlands, you know, cross your fingers, your boy might be invited. But obviously I don't have control over that, but either way, I'm still gonna be excited for the game. But I remember everybody trying to show off as much as they could, get gameplay for it, and just the whole reveal event in itself with the chairs and everything was just so hype, and literally so many people were excited for it. So it rolls over to September 13th. The game eventually does come out. A couple days before is when I actually started making videos seriously. I had made a couple of videos in the past, but staying consistent, I wanted to start that with Borderlands. So when they released their skill tree maker on their website, you can literally go back right now, and some of my very first videos was me theory crafting builds and stuff for the characters for the game even launched. And then once the game finally came out, that's when, you know, I went hard on YouTube. Everybody was playing the game. It was super fun. Borderlands 3 at its core, like gameplay mechanic wise, was very good when it came out. It still is, obviously. I think that's honestly was what its strongest point was. But getting it into the future of the game, a lot of people did not like the story and the way they kind of took things. Obviously, some people don't care about the story whatsoever. They kind of just play the game for loot, try to build builds and everything, which is totally understandable. But a lot of people did not enjoy the story, some of the characters that they added. I think we all know who I'm talking about, even though I personally don't mind her that much. But some people despise her, and I definitely think they did a good job later on into the game kind of redeeming her character. But at this point, like, the honeymoon phase has ended. All the people that were gonna play the game for hype has probably left at this point. The core players, the dedicated players are around now, and we start to get more content for the game. We get all our DLCs, we get our lava events and everything. The Bloody Harvest event was super fun. Broken Hearts was super fun when it first came out. The Wedding Invitation came out, and I think just completely changed the way the game is played. It was disgusting how good it was. It's still pretty good in the game, but it's nowhere like it was when it first came out. But then DLCs rolled around. We had the Handsome Jackpot, which was extremely good. Guns Love the Tentacles, which is also really good. And then personally, my favorite, Bounty of Blood DLC 3, I think was the best DLC. Then DLC 4 came out with Krieg, and there was some mixed opinions about that. Some people didn't like the DLC as much as the other ones. I thought it was pretty good. It definitely overall was a good DLC, but I will say it was weaker than the other ones. In my opinion, I still think, like I said, DLC 3 was the best. But then at this point, we had also received a new lava event called Revenge of the Cartels, and this lava event was so well received. Not only are the weapons you get from it, the area you're in, it's just very fun. The gameplay loop of it, people was like demanding for this to come back as a full-on just thing for the game, and it finally did, but it took a little while for it to. That's pretty much the whole first year of the game. Then they randomly come out and like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a season pass too. So now they're gonna add a brand new thing to the game that no one has ever seen before, called Arms Race, and it's kind of a battle royale take on a looter shooter PvE-esque thing. It's not anything multiplayer wise, but you run around, loot, and then eventually you just try to extract your loot. It's kind of like the Dark Zone away from the Division, just without the real players. And then they also added another story-esque campaign in the game's very first raid boss. A lot of people did not like the game at launch because there was no raid bosses. They actually took a route of adding takedowns, which are kind of like mini raids from Destiny in a way, and then there's a raid boss at the end, but there was just no dedicated raid boss, which is what that DLC added, which is really, really cool. But it was way, way, way late in the game for a lot of players, and they just kind of gave up with it. But if you did stick around, it was a super, super fun boss fight. And obviously the takedowns are also really cool. There's an argument to be made to which one people like more. Honestly, I think I prefer takedowns more, but you can never go wrong with just a classic raid boss style enemy, especially if you're trying to farm loot really, really fast. And then through all the content that they've added, they've had constant patches, buffs and nerfs to a lot of things. A lot of people have complained there's been so many nerfs to the game, and at launch they did nerf a couple bit of things because they were needed, but for, I would say 80-20% wise, like 80% has been literally nothing but buffs, and 20% has been like nerfs that were absolutely needed to the game. Power creep has always been an issue in this game though. Every single DLC that came out, and any piece of gear in the DLC was just pretty much beyond better than anything before, but it wasn't like so bad to the point that you couldn't use other stuff. At the point in the game now, obviously the Revolter shield is just ridiculously strong. It is absolutely absurd. Some would probably say broken, and there's really no reason you would run any other shield, and that is a DLC item. But you can get by with not running it, but it's so good that like if you're not running it, you're just not going to be able to do things as fast as somebody that would be running it. And also on the topic of DLCs, I forgot to mention that they also added vault cards, which are kind of like battle pass things from other games. You're basically have another XP bar that you can level up and get some extra rewards. So all in all, between the 2 years from the game launched and where it's at now, the game is in an extremely better state than what it was at launch. Like if you haven't played Borderlands 3 and are still trying to think if you should play it or not, the answer is 100% yes. The amount of content that has came out from when the game first launched to where it's at now is just ridiculous. There's a lot of free content. There's obviously paid content as well. Oh, and also all those live events I was talking about are completely just in the game now. You can run them whenever you want to. You don't have to wait for a specific date anymore. You don't have to wait for Halloween to play Bloody Harvest. You can just do everything, farm all the gear. There's so much to do in the game now. The balance of the game is way, way better, other than a couple things like I was saying, like the Revolter. But literally like everything else is just, I don't want to say perfect, but it is very, very polished from what it once was. But again, that's just my recap and kind of my opinions. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. And also, while I'm on the topic of you guys, I just want to say thank you, because like I said, this is the game that I absolutely started uploading very, very consistently. If it wasn't for Borderlands 3, I wouldn't have got to the point where I'm at now. I'm nearing 12,000 subscribers. So if you do enjoy this, if you want to hit the sub button, I would be greatly appreciated. But I'm getting close to that. I'm hitting milestones like I've never would ever think I would hit before, and it's literally all thanks to you guys and Borderlands 3. Obviously I haven't posted other games on the channel. I want to start doing other games. Obviously I'm going to be covering Wonderlands as much as possible when it comes out. I'm super, super excited for that, and you expect to see updates, any information on that when we're leading up to the game, and obviously when the game comes out, builds, guides, everything, just entertaining videos. You're going to expect to be able to see all of that, because I'm not gonna abandon the Borderlands franchise, because it's what got me here to this point, and I really, really do enjoy it. But like I said, I am starting to post other videos, and for you guys that are watching them, I truly, truly appreciate it. And if you made it this far in the video, just know you are a real one, and I truly, truly appreciate what that you've given on my channel and everything and beyond. But that is going to do it all for me for this video. Again, let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you love Borderlands 3 in the state it's in currently, or do you not like it? Did you play it at launch, quit? Maybe this video got recommended to you and you might try it out again, who knows? But anyway, thank you all so much for everything. Thank you, Gearbox, for making a great game, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.